Hello, everyone. We're going to call this meeting to order. It is 7 o'clock right on the nose, and I will turn to Justin to read our land acknowledgement for us, please.
Thank you. The city of Thorold is situated on treaty land. This land is steeped in the rich history of the First Nation, such as the Haudenosaunee, the Haudenosaunee, and the Anishinaabe, including the Mississauga of the Credit First Nation. There are many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people from across Turtle Island that live and work in Niagara today. City of Thorold stands with all Indigenous people, past and present, in promoting the wise stewardship of the land on which we live.
Thank you very much. We're going to move on to item number 3. Are there any declarations of interest online or in here? Thank you. Moving on to number 4, adoption of the agenda. Can I get a mover and seconder to adopt the agenda? Sean, Joe, thank you. I call the question. All those in favor? Opposed? Seeing none, that passes. We're going to move on to number 5, the adoption of the minutes. Can I get a mover and seconder to adopt the minutes? Cheryl, thank you. Peter, thank you. I call the question. All those in favor? Seeing unanimous, I'm not even going to ask who's opposed. That passes. We're going to move on to correspondence, number 6. So 6.1 PWCS-C 52025, QR code implementation. At their meeting on April 8th, 2025, Council received memorandum for PWCS-C C-205 respecting QR code implementation. I apologize, can't speak today. Any questions about that one, and we'll just move on? Nice. Next one is a Trans-Canada Trail grant update. At their meeting on April 8th, 2025, Council passed the report PWCS 26-2025 respecting Trans-Canada Trail grant update. Is there any questions on that before we move on? Wonderful. Next one is 6.3. McAdam Park vandalism motion. At their meeting on April 8th, 2025, Council passed an attached motion regarding McAdam Park vandalism. Would anyone else like to speak on this? If not, we'll move on. Seeing none, we'll move on to number 7.
All right. I have one more correspondent.
Oh, sorry, I thought that was in community business. Sorry,
Nope.
I apologize.
Sorry. So just one more correspondent. Kieran Daniels will be stepping down as committee chair, so everyone knows. And we'll be, at the next meeting, we'll have a vote on selecting a new chair.
Thank you very much. We're going to move on to committee business. Number 7, 7.1, live barn implementation. I call Brooke for the presentation. After presentation is done, we'll talk.
Hi, everyone. I know you haven't seen me in a while. You've seen Mark and Dave and Jacob, but it's my turn now. So I just wanted to bring this forward. We've heard a little bit from our user groups about Live Barn. So basically what Live Barn is, it's a no-cost revenue generating initiative for the city. So it is a streaming service that allows people to log in and watch hockey or any type of sporting event at a venue if you have it in the venue. Why I say it's no cost is because it actually is no cost. So it's no cost to the city to have it implemented. So everything that is done by Live Barn is installation, training, setup is at no cost. How they make their money is basically on subscription. So when people actually pay to use the service, that's how they make their money. Subscriptions will be, there will be, signage in the arena for people to subscribe. And when they subscribe to a specific QR code, to now bring QR codes back into it, when they use our QR code, they get a 10% discount, which then when they're using our QR code, we're getting the 20% of that revenue back. So we're not getting a ton of money back, but it's still a little bit of revenue generating and at no cost to the city to have it implemented. There are a lot of other municipalities that have this at their arenas. I haven't seen it much at our baseball or soccer fields, but it is something they do in other municipalities outside of the Niagara region. So it's something that could be an interesting addition for our baseball, soccer, other fields as well. But for now, we want to start with Frank Doherty Arena. So we start with the arena and kind of work our way through. Yeah, so I don't have a lot, like I am not a live barn expert by any means, but I do have a guy, his name is Patrick Reynolds. He's the lead on this. He unfortunately couldn't make it tonight to answer questions, but he told me to take any questions back to him and he can kind of answer them to the best of their ability and I can send them out through Justin to the committee. But yeah, if anybody has any questions for me, I can try to answer to the best of my ability as well.
Thank you, Brooke. Does anyone have questions for Brooke? Peter, you want to go first?
Yeah, just through you, Chair. So the equipment is all installed by Live Barn, and it's their equipment, and they can remove it whenever they want then?
There is a contract that we will sign, so they can't remove it whenever, but it is all their equipment. We have a 6-year contract with them. And we have actually brought this contract to our legal team as well as to our insurance company to review, and they've given us their feedback. None of it is alarming to them. There were just a couple little things that we made changes to. So the termination notice, we can give a termination notice or they can within 90 days. But if we make the termination notice, we can't change providers until that 6 years is up, if that makes sense. But we have also gone through our procurement person here at the city, and he has seen obviously that it's at no cost. So there's not a lot of options out there that are no cost. And not a lot of services out there are doing the same kind of thing anymore. A lot of them have actually combined, like Game On used to do this as well, and they're combined with Live Barn. So there's a lot of companies there's not a lot of companies out there that are doing this. And they're also Canadian, to kind of just throw that in there as well.
Just a follow-up through to you, Chair. Have you, Brooke, have you talked to any of the other municipalities? Any negative feedback from any of them?
No, I actually haven't got any negative feedback. I've spoken with a fair amount of them and haven't heard anything negative. Yeah, we actually have a lot of positive things and a lot of people saying that we're one of the only municipalities that doesn't have it. Why don't we have it, right? And so that's the kind of why I wanted to bring it up to everybody and kind of see if it was an option for us.
Okay, lastly, do we need a motion to move forward with it, or do we just is this still?
While they're looking that up, does anyone else have questions for Brooke? I thought Rich, you had something, no? I do have one, so I do have it on my phone. We have it for NDHL, which is the Niagara District Board, and we are one of the only municipalities that doesn't have it. We use it for when people have suspensions, penalties, abuse of refs. So we do use it a lot. My question for you, Brooke, is NDHL, we are given so many logins for free, subscriptions that are free. Is the city being provided them? And if so, is it possible maybe to give, say, the president of each user group, so whether it be throw skating, TA, maybe a login so they have access to it? Because NDHL, we don't provide that to our presidents for free, but I was wondering if you guys got any additional logins that we could give out to our user groups.
I could definitely ask the question. I don't know the answer of how many we're getting. They just said that obviously city staff will have access so that we can manage it from the back end as well. But I could definitely ask that question to see how many free logins we are getting.
Thank you. And just so everyone knows too, we can black out times. So if we have a team that's practicing, we can actually block off the cameras. So that way if junior Bs are back and they're practicing, they don't want someone to see us, you black it out and you can't have access to seeing what we black out from the city portion. So just so everyone knows it, you can hide stuff that way too. Anyone else? Mr. Sentence? Looking at you.
Sorry. Yeah, this is very exciting. I wish we had this when when our kids were younger. So when do you think, is it for next year, Brooke?
Yeah, I spoke with Live Barn about it, so we are going to bring it to council, obviously, to make sure that gets approved through council. And then if it is approved, it takes up to 4 to 6 weeks to once the contract's signed to get everything installed and things ready to go. So we actually like have tons of time to get it ready and up and
Right.
going for the fall season. We can even get it up and running for the summer season. We do have a couple rentals coming in, lacrosse and some other stuff throughout the summer. So we may be able to get it up and running for that as well.
Excellent. Great work. Thank you.
No problem. I did want to, through you, Miss Chair, I also wanted to say about the blackout. So we do have a couple groups, user groups that we did reach out to kind of get their feel for it as well outside of just hockey. And there were a few that were, yeah, wanting things blacked out or wanting things, whether it be competition based, like a figure skating competition, things like that. And we, yeah, like you said, Marsha, we do have the ability to do that. So they don't see any issues with that as long as they can black out specific things for themselves.
Okay, if the committee supports this idea, Justin put a motion on the screen and we can move forward. Oh, I apologize, Joe, you have a question? So on here is a motion, Joe. Do I have someone make a motion? There's a motion on the floor. Do I have a seconder? Or, sorry, first, yep, Rich, Joe? Okay, all those in favor? Thank you. Justin, if you could forward that to council, that'd be wonderful. Okay, so we're gonna go to roundtable discussion. If there's no other, Justin, you have anything else? Wonderful. So I'm gonna start in-house this time since I did online last time. Sean, do you have anything? Joe? Rich? Peter? Wow. Jeff, do you have anything online? Cheryl? Brooke? Well, you already kind of did, but Councillor Sentence?
Yeah, just one thing, Brooke, tell everyone thank you for the porta potty at the dog park.
No problem.
And Megan? There we go. Sorry, I apologize. So our next meeting is going to be June 2nd, 2025. I will be absent, but I would still like to be up for consideration. I'm just away for that week. Seeing no further business, I call this meeting adjourned at 7:13. That is a record.
Good night, everyone.